You won't forget him.
His first movie part, opposite Natalie Wood in 1961's
Why I played real live people. Don't you think that in some sense that all of history is...
Stick around, because this story from a legend might change how you see your own love life forever. Warren Beatty wasn't just a movie star, he was the king of Hollywood hearts back in the day. Born in 1937, this guy grew up in Virginia before hitting the big screen with hits like Bonnie and Clyde, turning heads everywhere.
Been outspoken about it. I heard you say that you wouldn't know who to back for a Democrat for president now that Kennedy...
Gender community. Beatty and his wife, actress Annette Bening, also are parents.
These weren't casual flings, they were passionate affairs that fueled tabloid frenzy for decades. Beatty's reputation as a ladies' man wasn't hype. Biographers estimate he romanced over 1,000 women, blending intellect, looks, and that smooth talk that made hearts skip. But beneath the glitz, there was this one quirk he couldn't shake, something so personal it torpedoed even the steamiest connections.
Now his can buy that you really don't get to do what you want.
You're not really good at answering.
Nothing that hinted at human flaws. His driver, Michael Reynolds, dished in interviews how Beatty would rant about dates who didn't meet his spotless standards, turning what could be love into a quick exit. Take Madonna, for starters. In the early 90s, during Dick Tracy, their chemistry was electric, public kisses, wild nights.
I think we met, when I first was aware of you, was that you were working with Gary Shandling.
Any truth? Oh, he's always denying that. Okay.
Messing with his need for control over every smell in his space. It wasn't just overpowering, it felt invasive to Warren, like she was marking territory he wanted pristine. That sensory overload? Boom, relationship over.
Felt to be true. And that, by the way, becomes closer to...
Lessons here for us regular folks. Sometimes, it's the little habits that clash hardest in love. Now, rewind to Jane Fonda in 1971. She was deep in activism, protesting wars and pushing boundaries, looking every bit the goddess on screen. But Jane ditched deodorant, hating the chemicals and aluminum, totally ahead of her time on natural living. Warren? He flipped. In the sweltering heat of their dates, he'd notice the natural smells and argue about it, calling her out for not aligning her polished image with basic grooming. She pushed back, labeling him toxically clean, which sparked endless fights. What started as admiration for her fire turned sour over this hygiene rift. Beatty couldn't wrap his head around why someone so put together would skip such a simple thing, and it eroded their bond until it fizzled. Think about your own dates, ever bailed because someone's habits just didn't vibe with yours? Joan Collins brings another layer. Back in the 50s and 60s, she was Dynasty Dynamite, and their fling was intense, engaged even. But Joan loved her perfumes, dousing herself in heavy scents that lingered everywhere. Warren told his driver it gave him headaches, suffocating him like a cloud he couldn't escape. His car needed deep cleans after their nights out, and he craved that invisible balance where no smell stood out. It wasn't that she was dirty, it was the excess that clashed with his obsession for neutrality. They'd have amazing times, but that lingering aroma? It built up resentment until the engagement broke. Collins later joked about his stamina, but deep down, this detail chipped away at the magic. Relatable, right? We've all had partners whose cologne or lotion just overpowers everything. Julie Christie, his longest squeeze from 67 to 74, added a twist. Stunning in shampoo, she had this laid-back routine, coffee and newspapers before any morning freshen up. Warren adored her brains and beauty, but those intimate moments right after waking? He'd notice the unbrushed teeth or skipped shower, questioning if it was normal. It nagged at him, creating quiet tension even as they shared deep conversations. Friends warned her about his player ways, but the hygiene hang-up was the silent killer. He couldn't outright end it over that, too petty maybe, but it wore on him, contributing to their eventual split. Christie stayed friends, praising his smarts, yet that small daily detail highlighted how picky he was. In our lives, it's often those morning rituals that test compatibility over time. Brigitte Bardot at Canon 65? Pure fireworks at first. She was the ultimate sex symbol, fresh off a yacht with that European flair, no soap obsession, embracing natural vibes including unshaven spots and body scents. Warren was intrigued but repulsed, it hit his senses like a wave, challenging everything he believed about allure. Their brief hookup ended right there, as he couldn't bridge that cultural gap in grooming. Bardot saw soap as some patriarchal trap, while Beatty needed clinical cleanliness. It was instant disconnect, no second date. Funny how what one culture loves, another hates, reminds me of cross-cultural dating mishaps today. Ever traveled and clashed over basic habits like that? Expanding on this, Warren's upbringing played a role. Raised by a teacher mom and drama dad, he learned early to present perfectly, carrying that into adulthood. His homes were spotless, routines militant, no wonder dates felt judged under a microscope. Biographers like Peter Biskind in Star detail how this perfectionism extended to love, where any flaw, especially hygiene, shattered the illusion. In interviews, Beatty rarely admits it directly, but insiders paint a picture of a man who equated cleanliness with respect. For his partners, it felt controlling, like they couldn't be human. Take Diane Keaton again, Beyond Reds, her quirky style included casual grooming that didn't always align, adding to their on-off drama. She turned down marriage, perhaps sensing the pressure. Madonna echoed this in her docs, calling him an amazing lover but hinting at his fantasies tied to control, including sense. It's like hygiene was his love language, or rather, the absence of it was a hate trigger. In modern terms, it's a boundary we all set, but Warren took it to extremes, ending potential soulmates over it. Let's dive deeper into the psychology. Experts say such obsessions might stem from OCD traits or past traumas, making smells a trigger for discomfort. For Beatty, Hollywood's facade amplified it. Stars are supposed to be flawless, right? But real life has sweat and breath, and his intolerance meant short-lived flings despite deep connections. Audience, if you're 30-something navigating apps, think, how many swipes left over bad profile pics hinting at sloppiness? Or 50-somethings post-divorce, valuing partners who care about self-presentation. Warren's story shows hygiene isn't superficial, it's about mutual respect and comfort in intimacy. Flash to his marriage with Annette Bening in '92. She's the one who matched his standards, leading to 30-plus years and kids. Benning's poise and routine synced perfectly, no drama over deodorant or perfume. Beatty gushed in rare chats how monogamy brought the best excitement, implying past issues faded with the right fit. But before her, the pattern repeated. Carly Simon even wrote, "You're so vain," allegedly about him, touching on vanity that ties to grooming. Her lyrics hint at self-absorption, mirroring how hygiene fixation made him seem shallow to some exes. Expanding, let's list more rumored links. Goldie Hawn, Barbra Streisand, whispers say similar issues arose, though unconfirmed. Hawn's free-spirited vibe might have clashed with his rigidity, ending things quick. Streisand's strong personality could overpower in Sense 2. In his films, themes of flawed romance echo this. Red shows passionate but doomed love, much like his life.